Well, according to the message I've got on the screen, I am now live, which is good because I've had a little bit of an issue. And we've still got a little bit of an issue, guys, because we're running on one camera tonight. So between you looking at me and me showing you what we're going to do, I'm going to have to fiddle with the camera and give you all a headache. But it's the only way I can go live tonight. And talking about tonight, I do apologise that I didn't get a chance to do Tuesday evening, but I was absolutely rubbish. I didn't feel safe standing up, particularly with tools in the hand and demonstrating and showing you guys what you should or could be doing. It's the wrong attitude. So I said to Andy, would he cover? And yes, he did. So Andy's just had to race off to the doorbell going. So he'll be a few seconds, but he will be back. And he will be joining me in a minute. So while we wait for Andy, I'm going to make you all seasick with the camera, because I've got to swing this one around and get it sort of focused to show the lump of wood, which is that piece, which isn't too bad. It's a little bit bleached out, but can't do anything about it. So it's oval shaped, and again, I can't show you the end unless I can move that along a fraction more. But, this is the problem with. Oh yeah, you can just. Have I got enough? Have I got enough? Will it stretch? Oh, how about that? You can just about see the end, so you can see it's oval. Particularly if I don't have my hand in the way. So I've mounted it ready. It's on a tenon. It's in the normal gripper jaws that I use. So we should be good to go. Just wait for the notorious ear maggot. But in the meantime, welcome one and all. Yes, I can see him. I can hear him.
Right, I'm here.
Yes, we can see you.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Hopefully, it wasn't too much of an expense, that person at the door.
No problem at all. Got
right,
rid of fairly quickly. So cheers.
Let's take you out, and I've explained and apologised for not doing Tuesday. So
right, yeah,
I'm put some safety glasses on.
Yeah, having to put up with two lots of me. I think you're right to apologise. Yeah.
Well, it worked. So,
yeah, it did.
Right.
It did work. So, right. So, do you want me to say who's here?
If you would be good enough, I'm just going to get this cranked up. Get the big sucker on.
Rightio. And I'll make a start.
Yeah, I'm going to start roughing this down with a bowl gouge, although it's spindle.
Yeah. Okay. So I was first in today, just for a change. So that's a one-off. Peter Corcoran is in. Lawrence Vergasia. Tommy's Workshop. Barry Chitty. Barry. And then it's all the same people chatting. Roger Kent. Hello, Roger. Welcome.
That's a new name. Can't say I've seen that one very often.
No, I've seen it somewhere, but not very often. No, you're right. Yeah. Stuart Ungry. John Scarborough. Colin Izzard. There are more repeats. Philip J. That's a new one, isn't it?
Yes, I believe
Philip
so.
J. I don't. There's a picture of him, but I don't remember seeing that name before. Welcome, Philip. Welcome along.
Welcome, one and all.
Gerard is in. Well done, Gerard.
Well done.
Peter Lawrence. Douglas Mungham. Excuse me. Gav Sadai Woodwork. Hello, Gav. Talk amongst yourselves. Are we getting down the list now? Copperell. Hello, Rob. Copperell Woodturning. All repeat names. And Keith Golds. That's another name I don't recognise.
No, Keith's down on the coast.
Oh, right, okay.
He's the guy that donated a lathe that went down to Southampton's veterans.
Yeah. I remember you talking about him now. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, of course, I have seen his name. Yes, I have seen his name. Yeah, it's the Christian name that rang a bell. Good, and that's it. I think, as far as I can see. If I've missed anybody, I apologise, but just put a bollocking in the chat, and I'll put it right.
Welcome, one and all. And thank you all for coming over. It's probably warmer where you are than where it is where I am, although the fire's working quite well. So we're making a combination unit tonight. The wife's got several sets of earrings. She's only got a few drop ones, but she's got quite a lot of stud. So the thought is to try and put or make a dish on top of the normal mushroom shape earring keeper to accommodate all of them, and have a bit of a spindle on the top that replicates or will hold some rings. So I've done all that with a bowl gouge. So now I'm going to swap to a spindle gouge and get more detail into it then.
If I can sorry.
Go on.
I just break in, otherwise I shall lose it in the chat. Roger Kent says he can't always make the lives, but he always watches. So
okay,
that's why
thank
we
you,
haven't
Roger.
seen the name. Thank you, Roger. Brian Watkins is in. Then we whip down
Brian.
to the bottom here. Douglas Mung. Oh, Philip J says it's quite warm here in South Africa. Took a dip in the pool a short while ago.
Bloody show-offs.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. David Nichols is in, and I think that brings us up to date. Yes. So sorry, I interrupted.
Okay.
Do carry
no
on.
No problem. So the little finial I'm putting on the top, the intention is to make it into a sort of ring keeper, so that she can drop her rings on it without putting them all over the place, which is quite often the case. And this bit of a dish here will be for the studs that she has. I think that's going to end up doing it with a little, yeah, that's better.
What's that little hollowing tool?
Little hollowing tool.
Yeah.
The end grain is just a little bit too grabby. So I don't want a deep or too deep recessed round there.
Robbo's in, listening while he works.
Hi, Robbo. Thank you, young man.
I was watching him on his big lathe earlier and turning 10-foot long porch posts.
Yeah, I watched him film
one
the
job.
other day. Yeah.
Douglas says, would that be you again by any chance? He's getting the hang of it now. Yes, it is you, Douglas. But yes, it was quite interesting to watch. It was just around lunchtime, or around his lunchtime, I think it was, because he stopped for lunch. But yeah, that's on a different scale altogether, isn't it?
Yep.
I think it was a
But
6x6 post or something he was turning.
it's quite big, but the same tools that we use, the
Yes,
smaller
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But yeah, the tool rest that goes about 4 foot. So he only turned a very small part of it in the time I was watching. But it's interesting though.
Yeah, yeah.
Barbara Hutchinson's in. Hello,
That's
Barbara.
definitely a new name. Ask Tech.
Yeah, I don't know quite what that means.
No. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and get that a little bit deeper.
Lawrence is asking if I've bought candles in case of a power cut because I've got enough candlesticks. You're quite right, Lawrence, but I have sold a fair number of them.
No, I haven't got all the U, but I've got a decent selection of it though.
Yeah, you certainly have. I was looking at mine yesterday. I've got a reasonable selection in there as well. Some from you, most of it from you, I have to say. It's just a lovely timber to use. I may have said that before, possibly.
Well, I think rumour has it that we enjoy it.
Yeah. And Tommy's saying, Robbo, if you're still in, what's Tasmanian myrtle like to turn? I don't think she would like it at all. Tasmanian myrtle, lovely lady.
I think Robbo knows her daughter.
Oh, right, okay. If he's working, so I may not see all of the comments anyway.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to lightly sand that.
Oh, Tommy did a laugh out loud for me. Thank you, Tommy. But he also then goes on to say more like he knows her grandmother. I'm not saying a word.
Okay, so it's a good job Robbo's too far away to slap you.
No, he's now replied. It says Tommy beautiful. So obviously Tasmanian myrtle likes to turn. So. Oh, thanks.
8x8 for £40. Is that good or bad? Depends what you want out of it, Douglas. It's
Yes.
bloody expensive for a blank if you're going to put money on top of it as well.
Yeah. I suppose for 8x8, 8-inch thickness is quite. Oh no!
Yeah.
Hold on. No, I don't know what it is. But 8x8, what? I mean, what's the other dimension?
Yeah.
12-foot length of 8x8. That would be very nice. But I don't think you get that in you.
What speed do I sand at? I am currently at about 450.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Say about because I have no readout on this, although it is fully variable. It's an add-on unit because the original one went tits up, I think is the technical term. So I generally, particularly for you don't want to generate any heat. That's why you don't see me continually working on the same piece. I will do a bit here and then move around and do another piece. So it does take a little bit longer to sand, but it's worth spending the time on. See what we've got now.
Oh, Douglas says 8 inches long and 8-inch diameter. That's a biggish chunk. Hollow form is his suggestion. Tommy's said he's been offered a burr. What I would say to him is, if you can afford it, get it, because it's lovely to turn, and you'll get the most stunning effects on a burr. But it's not going to be cheap.
No. It might be if it's green.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, and if you know the person who's selling it, but no, you generally speaking, you burrs are not cheap, generally speaking.
Generally speaking, you don't get a burr on you; you get pippy you.
Pippy you, yeah.
Because the burr itself actually extends all the way around the stem, trunk, branch, tree, whichever piece it's on, and it emanates right from the centre.
Which is nice because then you've got that figure right the way through the timber, which is a nice feature of it. It is green, Keith, he says.
It's green. So that's green yew.
Mm-hmm.
I would be inclined to hide that for a little while.
Yeah, but protect it as much as you can because it will split otherwise.
Keep it out of the heat.
Yeah.
Leave it outside. Chuck it under a bit of tin, tarpaulin or something where there's quite a lot of air circulation because it is the air circulation that will dry it.
Yeah, you want dryness and air circulation is the two main things, and keep the sun off it. To keep it cool.
Definitely the sun, and don't wrap it in tarpaulin. If you do put a tarpaulin over it, make sure the air circulates through the end.
Yeah.
And it will take a long time to dry, but don't race it.
But you'll reap the benefit in the end. It's worth the care. Withy Woodshed is in. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. Right. Quite pleased with that, I think.
Yeah.
It's the nice sort of shape that I was looking for.
It's quite nice because that's all heartwood and you've got all sapwood around the rim. So you've got a contrast. It's almost like a different timber.
Right, so let's slide you back along, guys, because I should be working more there.
You can do it.
Yeah. That's not bad, is it?
No, that's fine.
It's quite good. Yeah. So I want to gingerly attack this and work up onto it.
Six watching at the moment.
Thanks, guys, for coming over and joining in the frivolities and hopefully entertainment that you're going to get. I'll keep swapping between spindle and bowl. Delicate cuts will be done more with a spindle gouge. Creep the volume up a bit now.
Roy's the boy is in.
He's made it before the last knockings then. Well done, Roy.
I know, yeah, it's quite an improvement. Yeah. Quite an achievement, I meant to say.
So through running on a bowl gouge, you can see that I can get 3/8 of an inch shavings off of there quite easy without stalling the lathe. Just to get rid of them a bit sharpish.
The piece that Douglas was talking about, the piece of yew, is a piece of trunk yew.
Okay.
hence the size, of course.
So depending where up the trunk or how far up the trunk it's come from, the higher up it's come, the longer it will take to dry.
Yeah, because in theory they talk about a year per inch of thickness plus a year, so you can be looking at 9 years for that.
I would said all of that if it's in one.
Yeah, it's in one. Yeah, it just takes
particularly
a long time.
for you, because it's a slower growing one.
Quite dense timber, isn't it?
Yeah, disappear and find a parting tool.
Oh, James Crawford is in.
Hi, James. So I'm going to mark the bottom.
Gerard's booked a week off work for next week. Just hopes he gets it all. He's had enough, I think. He wants a break.
Yeah. Particularly with the run up to Christmas.
Yeah. And with COVID and people coming off sick and people just walking out, it's not easy. It's not an easy industry to work in.
No, for those that don't know it, Gerard works in the kitchen somewhere.
But the whole of the hospitality industry is quite a difficult one. So yes, as Barry Chitty said, good for you, Gerard.
I will be looking at welcoming Barry tomorrow morning, and we'll have a cup of coffee together. He's coming up to collect a bit of wood.
Leave some for Keith to carry on with, Barry.
Oh,
not as much danger of that. Yeah. Gerard says, when I grow up, I will never be a chef again. Still not too long before you retire, Gerard.
No, it's only 62 weeks, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah. Barry says he hasn't forgotten. So
no, I didn't think he would. Come round the back door, Barry. I should be indoors in the warm. Right. This is one of those pieces that I don't know quite what it's going to look like, so I'm going to keep stopping to reassess it.
Yeah.
And
not that Gerald's counting or anything, but he says 63. So
63. I thought it was 63 last week.
Oh well, maybe he can't count.
So while I've still got some strength and weight up the middle, I'm going to sand this so that I can put a little bit of weight on there. Until I've finished turning this, I don't know whether I'm going to like it or not, because it's going to have a natural edge.
We got Christiana Perry in. Another one that says Vor R and Tech on the bottom, a bit like the other young lady earlier. I don't know what that means. But anyway, welcome, Christiana.
Yeah, if anyone can elaborate on that, or if you can elaborate on that, Cristiano.
Lawrence is asking Gerard what trade he's going to go into next time. He said, "I'll have the calendar soon." Gerard says he'd have the calendar soon. I will go, or soon I will go on to days, hours, and minutes. Oh, Tommy reckons it's spam. Could be.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I
I mean,
was. Yeah.
you know what to do if it is.
Yeah, you can block them, can't you, somehow?
Just take them out. Go to the 3 dots on the right
Oh, I've got to go into YouTube.
of their
for that.
comment.
Yeah. No, yes, I have. Yes, I've got it. I've got it. Chris, no, that's Gerard. Didn't mean to do that one. Don't block him. I will find it and I will block them. Right, there's Christiana Perry. They don't usually.
Have you got it?
Yeah, just remove, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Deleted.
Right. Well done.
I
was thinking of that.
I'll go up and do the other one as well. I can find it.
Okay.
Barbara, somebody, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll find it. It's here somewhere.
Right. Okay. You just about see the shape of that in there, guys, but I'm quite happy with that scallop shape. I've got it's about 6 to 7 mil rim on that, which I will now then drill around here and here to take earrings. And it's just started to hammer down here. I can hear it on the roof.
Oh, really? I can't see what it's doing here.
I can't see, but I can hear it. I think. Can you guys see the wobble on the end? Let me slow it down a bit. You see the way it's wobbling? If you can't, no, but it is there's definitely a wobble on there. There's about 1 mil wobble on there, and that's why it's easiest and best. And the only thing you can do is to finish it as you go. I could still sand that, but I don't want to now. So it just goes to prove that it was a really dry piece and it was a solid piece, but it still moves. Sorry, guys.
Coffee, well.
Yeah, mouthful of dust.
Lovely.
Go a bit deeper. A bit more to take out of there. This is now where we refine the bottom shape. Probably get a little bit more speed into it as well. Although it's cutting, so we'll put a bit more in there. Come up to about 500.
Strange, I can't find the other entry.
Well, don't worry about it, Andy.
No, I'm not going to worry. No. Just working my way slowly back to the bottom. Oh, there it was. Yeah, I was looking for the wrong name. That's it done.
Well done. Cheers, mate. So I don't want to make this too delicate underneath here, because I've seen some that are so delicate they look dangerous and almost impossible to use. Now, I'm trying to look through to see whether that sort of follows through, and it's not too bad. You can probably see it better from above than what I can actually see it standing in front. You might do now. That's better.
Yeah. Lawrence has decided, not Lawrence, Gerard has decided on his new career. He thinks he might try wood turning. He's been told it's a very friendly environment. I don't know who told him that, but you know.
No. I think Douglas is taking a mickey.
Yeah, thank you, Stuart. I found it. Yes, I think so. Yeah.
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 I want it to be solid and positive enough so that when a lady drops a ring on it, which this won't quite go on because it's a bit of 22mm copper, that will easily fit on it without stabbing her hand.
I was going to say, is that knob not too big for a lady's ring? I don't know what size ladies' rings are, to be honest, but
nor do I.
Just a thought.
I can take it down a bit more. That's not a problem. I've got the Universal 80 grit assistant. I just need to clear up.
Does that go on your little finger, that bit of pipe, Keith?
Not at the moment, it doesn't. I wouldn't want to put it too far in there because I've got fat little fingers.
Yeah, but no, I just wonder whether your little finger was anywhere near a sort of a middle finger of a lady. But
what sort of ladies do you know?
All sorts.
Goes on my little digit quite easy.
Oh, so if that'll go on there, then it'll be all right. But that doesn't go on there for a moment, does it?
I can soon sand a bit more off of there.
It might be worth it. I'd hate to think it's not fit for task. That would be no good at all. N is 17mm according to Gav. But Peter Corker has just measured his and it's 25mm, but that's
yeah, we know Peter's got a big ring.
Yeah, it's not designed for Peter's ring. Oh, pardon, that doesn't sound too good, does it? Perhaps I should rephrase that. But yeah, 17 is N, which is a sort of a lady's size, I think.
Well, it easily takes a bit of 22mm copper pipe now.
All right, well, that's something, isn't it?
Me saying don't go back to it because it's moving, and I have slowed right down.
Yeah, because it's not so much sanding because you go with it, won't you?
Yeah.
If it's slow enough. But yeah, oh, that's better. Yeah. There's a chance then, isn't there?
I must have taken about 2mm, nearly 3mm off. But that's doing it with, a bit of decent paper.
As one of the boys said, it just looked a bit big for a lady's ring. So I think you're safer now. Because you could be in awful trouble, Keith.
I could be.
Just thinking of you, that's all.
I don't want to put a point on it.
No.
Because I think that could be stabby and dangerous if you're not careful.
Yep.
Particularly for a lady dropping a ring onto it or stabbing her finger on it, you would be. I don't really want it claret coloured at the top.
It doesn't do anything for it, does it? No.
Not really, no. So.
No, that looks better though.
Good.
Yep, that should be all right, I think.
So that's just.
You'll be the first. You'll be the first to know if it's not. But...
with a bit of 400.
Yeah.
Right. Are we happy with that now?
Yep.
Yeah, it does look better in actual fact. But it's like I was saying to you the other day, I'm standing far enough away when I was worming for you that I could see it, and you were standing so close that you couldn't see it.
You can't, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I don't mind saying things, and I don't mind you saying things, because
No,
you're
no.
getting a different view from the one I'm getting. So yeah. Yeah, it's
And
better.
I'll take criticism from anyone in the chat if they not too sure about the shape. You know, we can have a discussion on it. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Don't have to take
So,
any notice.
no,
But if you don't get the feedback, you can't take any notice. So, you know, it is worth getting. It's a free for all.
well, it's easy enough to have your 10 penneth in now, because if you see something that you don't think is right, mention it, and if we can then assure you that it is right, or
take notice.
put
Yeah.
our 10 penneth on it, everyone's better off for it.
Yeah.
And like I said to start with, this is a new design shape. I've never tried it before, but I wanted to make an all-in-one. So many of them just got the outer rim drilled for droppy earrings. Well, I know the wife hasn't got that many droppy earrings. Most of hers are studs, and a box full of studs and a box full of rings. So
yeah,
that's the way I was looking at it and thinking about it.
Michael McEwen's just come in.
Hi, Michael.
One of the very early things I made was an earring stand
Yeah.
with a lid. I made the top into a sort of box, and Alison's still using it now. In fact,
Douglas, you can have your bob's worth. Put it in there.
Webfoot Resin and Wood Creations is in as well. Sorry, I missed.
Hi, David.
And Bailey Woodworks, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, I'm slacking here. I missed all these people coming in. No, that's about it, I think.
Yeah.
Welcome anyway.
Quite happy with that, I think. So let's turn that off. You can't hear it, but I can. So I've got a natural edge, and I've got rid of that little bit of bark.
As Roy the boy said, see, someone's coming in later than me.
Yeah, this time.
This time.
So I'm just getting rid of the fluffy bits there. Now, I want that edge to stand out. And it doesn't. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I've used before, and many of us have thought about possibly, but not got round to doing it. It's a permanent marker.
Right, so, Gerard has taken you up on your suggestion that people should make comments. And he says, if he may give his humble opinion, do you think that instead of the flat bottom you have, you could go for an onion bulb shape with the top joining the cup part? Just a thought. I think... Yeah, I'm not quite sure which part he's talking about there, but...
No, and I can't see that comment at the moment, so whether I've missed it. So read that again, Andy.
If I may give my humble opinion, do you think that instead of the flat bottom that you have, you could go for an onion bulb shape with the top joining the cup part? Just a thought.
I could do if I'd got more meat there, possibly.
Yeah, there's not.
I can see what you mean.
At the bottom, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only wasting barely 10 mil, so we're not. Not giving too much away.
You'd have to start with that in mind, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think you'd want a longer piece of wood to start with. But yeah, it is possible. But
And he says no flat bottom, whereas he's resting on table. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, would need more timber to be able to do that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, a possibility. There's a thought for you when you get into your workshop. Was that Gerard?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm gradually working round the outside of this. I'll tell you what, it'd be nice if I could actually see what I was doing.
Oh, luxuries.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's better. Just dedusted me glasses.
Ah, yes, that probably would help. Yeah. And Gerald's given you a series of thumbs up, 8 of them, I think.
Right.
So they've obviously got the right end of the stick in the end. So I wasn't quite sure which bit we were talking about there for a minute, but we got there.
But that would completely change the shape, which is what the whole idea was there, Gerard. Yeah, I agree that it would work.
Yep, be another way of doing it. Yep.
Mm. So there's a thought for us later on. I think if you were doing that, you might want to actually keep it symmetrical and round rather than oval like this one is. This is natural edge with the dark, well, it's black rim on it now, which will just highlight the rim.
Lawrence decided that those ladies come into the chat to try their rings in this piece that Keith is doing.
Okay.
They're very trusting.
Good job I've got a steady hand.
Yep.
Some of the time.
I was going to say which day was that, but I won't say that.
So there is a cheap way of highlighting something that would have had bark on it had it not fallen off in drying.
A variation on the piece you did the other day, really?
Yeah, because
you sprayed that before you started, didn't you? But
yeah. So I'm going to spray this now because I've sanded down to 400. So I think I can turn that one off out so it gives you a bit more of the colour now.
Better, yeah.
So I'm using acrylic because you can't use cellulose on this, because if you do, the black runs.
It runs all over the place. Yes.
And it's a right snotty mess.
Yeah. And if you overdo the acrylic, it can still do it a bit. Not as much, but yes.
So acrylic sanding sealer. Fly around at its own speed for a minute. Because we're not going to be a long one tonight. We're not going to be late.
Wetfoot Resident Wood, that's David, isn't it? I think. And he says when he read the alert, he thought Keith was getting an earring.
Ah, don't do piercings. Don't do piercings, don't do tattoos. And Benjamin's woken up and come in.
Said howdy. Yeah.
Evening, Ben.
Oh, TJ Turning. Terry's in.
Oh, Terry.
Well, he was a minute ago. Where's he gone?
He's just disappeared off the top of the screen.
Gone off the top, yeah. It jumps around so much.
It's very jumpy tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, mine is anyway.
No, I've missed several because it's leave it. I'll go onto YouTube. It might be easier.
I'm just going to give that a quick blast with the drying medium. Don't want to get too much heat into it.
Droids the boy says cheating in wood turning. I didn't think it was allowed. It's not cheating, Roy.
No.
It's using initiative. Does that work?
Well, I think so.
Yeah, it's good enough for me. Douglas is asking, are you feeling better?
I'm no worse, Douglas, thank you. I'm not 100%, which is why I don't want to drag this on forever and a day tonight. But I'm not 100%, but I'm a lot better than, and I at least feel human-ish now to stand in front of the lathe, which I didn't on Tuesday. I felt absolutely terrible standing up, but sitting down chatting was not too bad.
So you had the opportunity to see me twice in one day.
Well, they've done that with me several times. So
how scary is that?
yeah.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed doing it actually. It was nice doing it because it took all the pressure off. We had a nice leisurely display, this demo,
Mm.
and I'm actually very pleased with the result. It's finished. I will be putting on YouTube as soon as my wife gets herself organised. She's not listening. She's sitting in the other room, so I'm all right.
It's not that warm in the workshop tonight, so it's not drying that quick.
I was thinking that, but it's looking a bit taking its time.
It's warm enough for me to work, but
yeah, the widest bit, isn't it? Mm.
nearly gone. Right. That feels like it's gone. So we've got cellulose sanding sealer on there. So I'm just going to lightly knock that back with a bit of 1600 Webrax pad.
Doug Miller is in.
Hello, Doug. So ramp the volume up to around about that. Just lightly tickle it and take the shine off more than anything. What does that look like? Feels quite good. That feels quite good. So now the next procedure is a little bit of dentistry. I'm going to slide you back along, guys. So hang on.
I think
Hang
Ben's
on for the ride.
Ben's trying to correct something that you said, but he said it's not web. It's pronounced webwax, not webwax. But I think he spelt one of those wrong, isn't it? Webrax.
It's Webrax.
Yeah, so he's missed the R out. So his correction doesn't work.
It's Webrax or Webrax, depending how you want to pronounce it. But it's spelled Webrax. Webrax.
AX, that's right. He's put a W instead of the R. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can just about see the outside, and like I say, I apologise that the cameras are really crap tonight, but can't do anything about it. They all went down, and I've got most of them. Oh, I got one of them back. So the first hole is going to go there. I'm going to have to take some glasses off. It's so dirty I can't see. And I'm going to guess about 10 mil apart and follow the rim round as best I can. It's actually hammering down here now.
Is it? I can't hear it here, but I can't see anything. No. Oh, Peter thinks he's being funny. Thinks Ben is being funny.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Not Ben. He's not funny.
And he's repeating the thing again, saying, I mean, it's pronounced Webrax, not Webrax. And I'm reading it phonetically there. So I think it's, yes.
Right, so there's a set of holes there. What have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 5 pairs. That's more luck and judgment.
It's a bit of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one's going there. But I know the problem with Sue is she's got so many odd ones.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't make a lot of difference.
No.
If I'd got an odd number. Just want to get these holes before I put any lacquer on the top.
Yeah. Woodworm Paul is just tendering apologies for being late.
Accepted. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Douglas has asked a question, which I don't know the answer to. It's jumped again. Keith, would the fact that it's you be a problem with earrings? I can see where he's coming from, but I can't.
Shouldn't be. I wouldn't have thought so. I've never known a problem, and I've known a lot of people make the earring holders out of you. So that's me holes drilled.
Gerard's just asking. We suggest making a suggestion, but in fact, I can answer it very easily because we discussed it before we started. If you wanted to be precise, could you use the tool rest and the indexing system to mark the hole with a pencil and then drill it? Yes, you could, Gerard, if it had been turned, that piece.
If this was round,
left natural,
yeah,
therefore it wouldn't work.
Well, it would work, but it would be that the little recess in the top for the studs that I want would be that much smaller.
Yes, because you'd have to give a clear line all the way around. Yeah.
So the part over here would be very wide. Well, it would be at least 10 mil wider because the edge just there where my thumb is, which is now at the top, is right on the join between the inner stud section and the hanging downy ones. So hopefully that makes sense. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So, when Keith and I were having our discussion earlier, I did say I might make one after Christmas sometime using the indexing system on the lathe, as I've now got one that works.
Mm-hmm.
So we might do that after Christmas.
So we're going with acrylic gloss lacquer on this rather than cellulose gloss lacquer because of the black. So one quick lick and a promise. It'll get 2 or 3 more, and I'm probably not even going to part it off tonight. Probably going to leave it on there and let it work under its own steam. I don't like force drying any of these lacquers,
especially on you.
Yeah. The hole in the ear is.
Yeah, I was going to say that's made a point. Yeah. The hole in the ear is a healed. The holes in the ears are healed, is what he's saying. Douglas. Right. So the U is only contacting with the skin, like holding it in your hand.
Yeah, you've not got any raw bare flesh in there.
And the U is not actually making contact with you directly. It's coming indirectly on the stud or whatever. And the stud is not going to be in that much contact with the U because it's been all lacquered and what have you. So no, it's absolutely not a problem, basically.
No, I've never known a problem. And what have I got to watch my fingers for, Stuart?
When the drill comes through the other side.
I've got total control of that.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah, if I'd have got my ear there, it would have been a different kettle of fish. I could have pierced my own ears at the same time.
Actually, you say that. I was putting a drill through the bottom of one of my snowmen, a 3mm drill, and I did go into my finger the other side.
Yeah.
I thought, how stupid, how schoolboyish that is, basic error.
You're right, Stuart, but we had a laugh about it. Don't worry, mate. He's lagging by about a minute.
Yeah, yeah. I understood it, Stuart.
Yeah.
And Rob Copperell says that's beautiful, Keith.
Thank you. Well, it's something I've wanted to do for a little time now and never really got round to it. And I thought, well, it's something I can do of an evening, just in case Rich was on but he's not as far as I know. But I still won't be running much more than an hour. I see we're coming up to 26 minutes now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I do really appreciate the 44 of you that are watching me. Thank you very much. And there's a few new names out there, so I'm hoping that you like it enough that you'd go over and subscribe to me.
Indeed.
If you wouldn't be good enough, I seem to have sat on 331 for a hell of a long time now. Keeps going up and down for several months, it seems.
The other thing with doing this tonight is that you've got yourself brownie points indoors.
Right.
That always helps.
Yeah.
When you give it to her as a little Prezi, she'll be over the moon.
She probably will take it as well, but that's fine. And Jared's given himself an idea, or we've given him an idea, 4 birthday presents.
4 sisters-in-law, yeah.
Yeah.
They're a nice present, and as I say, my wife still uses the one I made for her a long time ago, and she loves it. Even gives it a polish now and again. It's a worry.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, I did it in Apple, which is not as interesting as you. But,
where did I hide the mouse? So that's it, guys. So
Ben says he'll always be here to watch you, Keith. At least if there's nothing better on.
I would hope so as well, Ben. Yeah, hope so as well.
That's a great bit of praise. I like that.
There's a picture of that,
and a picture of me,
and a picture of himself there. But
very worrying.
That's about it tonight, guys. And if I don't want to make you seasick, but I've got to swing it round. I've got to move the camera. The whole bloody lot's gone tits up tonight, camera-wise. So you've got one that works, so I'm using it. So there you go.
Stuart was sitting there thinking, blimey, Andy's taking his time answering comments, then realised it was him. But no, we timed it. I mean, tonight it was on about 15 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, I think.
To start with, and then it
StreamYard and
then it dropped to 35 just before we went live.
And then last week it was over a minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, ridiculous.
So it's absolutely crazy. I mean, you can't cope with that. We're sitting waiting for things to come through and timing it. I mean, how sad is that?
Yeah, and Andy put it on YouTube and we waited for it to come through.
Yeah.
So we knew what sort of time delay we'd got. But
Colin Izzard says, very nice.
Thank you, Colin.
Enjoyable live, Keith and Andy from Douglas. Nice job, Keith.
Douglas.
Well done.
Yeah, it's a simple little project that most people can do easily within an hour and a half. And it depends how glossy you want it to be as a finish. And I want to put lacquer onto this so that it gives it a little bit more hardware than just a wax. A wax on this, particularly putting studs in the top recess that I've made, would scratch the wax. So that's why I'm not using wax tonight.
It would also tend to clog the holes.
Yeah, but they could easily be poked out again.
Then got to clean them all out. But yeah. But no, it's really nice, Keith. So well done.
And for those that haven't asked, it was a 2.5mm drill bit.
Yep.
I don't know what size you normally do yours.
About 2 to 2.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to put the hooky ones into those holes, the dangly ones, you need
a slightly bigger.
To get those through. Yeah. Mm.
So again, I will put some pictures up of this when I finished it completely, which won't be tonight, and possibly not tomorrow. But
that Martin at Wood Systems? Oh, feel free to start now. Martin at Wood Systems has just come in.
All right.
Well, 8:28, so about a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi,
Well,
Keith. Andy,
welcome,
Long Watchers.
Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free to start now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the best thing to do is watch it on catch up.
Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah, it will be later on anyway.
We want to ask Keith. We want to ask Keith to do it all again.
So
Good.
if there's any question, guys, whack them in there now. If not, I'm going to go and hit the off button.
No, there've been a number of nice comments. So
yes, yeah, I've sort of followed them through as I've been sort of waiting for this to dry. But
good.
I'm not going to poke my fingers over it to see if it is sticky now, because that's the last thing you want to do. Because then you've got to go back and
do it all again.
rub it down and start from scratch. This will get probably 3, maybe 4 coats of lacquer, just to give it a little bit of body. Martin said, "You think it's time to go back to the start?"
Yeah, only a little bit late, Martin.
Megan Garrison is one that needs to. You need to go on as well, mate.
It's another one.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm on YouTube, so that's all right. Come on. No, I'm not on. Yes. Oh, well, it's got computers stopped working. Ah. No, my computer's got. Oh, no, there we are.
I've done it. I've done it.
All right, okay.
Jonathan.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello from New York. Yes. Glad you're feeling better, he says to me. Thank you. Yes, I am feeling a lot better, Jonathan. Not 100%, but feeling a lot better. Feeling almost human. I say almost. Because it does. Andy was off, not so good the other week, and he said it took him over a week. There's a lot of it going around as well.
And Douglas said, "Did you sand or do you sand between layers?"
No, not until I've got at least 2 on, and I wouldn't sand. I would go over it with Webrax again.
Webrax, yeah, absolutely. Just to knock the tops off, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and like I say, that's equivalent to 1600 paper, so it's more than enough. And Doug's asking Gav if his hand's better, and I think he said the other day in yours that his hand was feeling a lot better. But he can certainly answer for himself. He's a big boy now.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I didn't even see that comment in mine because I was obviously turning. So
yeah, I think it was a comment that come up. I believe it was yours. It came up on someone's live anyway.
Could be. I didn't know he had anything wrong with his hand, so obviously missed out on that completely. But hey.
So if there's no more questions coming in, guys.
No, I think that seems to be it.
Thanks for sharing this project, but don't share the rings. No, the missus has got enough to fill that up and a few to spare and enough studs to overflow that, and the hangy downy ones, she hasn't got that much at the moment. So that would be more than adequate for that. And Gav's saying about 20% movement, but still very bruised. So
yeah, I don't know what he did to it, but it sounds as though it was quite nasty, whatever it was.
So you're going to let us all know, Gav, because I can't say that I knew anything much about it apart from the comment the other day. Come on, Gav, type faster. Doug's saying, keep at it, it'll all come along, yeah. So Andy's doing Tuesday.
I haven't got the list in front of me.
No. Well, one of us will be doing Tuesday lunchtime.
Yeah.
And yeah,
There isn't Tuesday evening, is there? Because we done that this week.
no, because we've done that this week.
Yeah.
Shoved a bench chisel through my index finger and cuts the tendon. Well, you just want to be a bit more careful then, Gav.
That's
There's
not
no
a good
answer to
idea.
that.
Yeah,
No, no,
it's not a good idea at all. Not recommended practice.
no. It's
Oh, dear.
wiping up all the red stuff afterwards as well. But
Yeah, no,
hopefully getting better, mate.
yeah, cutting the tendons is not a good idea. That's a
No,
very
we
nasty bit.
laugh and joke, but yeah, I think we've all done that, but not perhaps to that extent. So hopefully you'll get.
Hopefully
you'll
it
get
soon
there.
comes back. Yeah, if you've
Yes, mate.
got 20% movement, that's good news because
Mm.
it means that it's beginning to heal, which is something. It means the tendon's not completely disconnected. So
yeah, as we were saying, or as I was saying, one of us is on lunchtime next Tuesday. Can't remember who it is.
I think it was me actually, but yeah, we'll find out anyway. But
just keep an eye on the media, and
Yep.
we'll put it up there as to who it is. And because we're just swapping around a bit at the moment, because I've had to change one because it's the 21st. I'm swap round, isn't it? Because I was
that's
doing
right. Yes.
I was doing the lunchtime, and now I'm doing the evening instead.
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
So I might have to just disappear quickly lunchtime for 4 or 5 minutes because we've got someone coming round and leave Andy on his own. But we'll get over it.
I'm a big boy now.
Yeah. So, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you all for stopping by, and hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hopefully the new guys have signed up to me. And I'm going to say bye-bye for now. There's the camera.
Yep.
There's the camera, and it's bye-bye from me, and it's bye-bye from him. And good night, one and all.